Howdy, folks. Johnny Windowpane here with a brand new product for you. I call it Johnny Windowpane's Johnny Window Paint. Now, before we get into the paint, I need to give you a little backstory. Now, as y'all might remember, a few weeks ago on this very program, I died of fright. There was some sort of robot, but I'm not sure if it was actually a robot. It might have been a person in a robot costume. Nevertheless, I was frightened, I had a heart attack, and I died right there on screen. Now, someone came along with some magic gems. They poured them over my head and I wake up. Now, this is unusual for a window pane, because as you know, there is a whole army of window panes out there for all your home fixing needs. There's only ever one at a time. So when I was revived, it was quite a shock to me because one window pane has to die before the next comes back. So I thought to myself, well, now I've never been in a situation before. I got all eternity. What am I going to do with my life? And then it hit me. I'm going to do the same thing that I always did, which is help y'all out with y'all home improvement needs. And that's when I came up with the idea for Johnny Windowpane's Johnny Window Paint. Now, you may be asking, what is window paint? As well you may. Well, let me break it down for you. Have you ever been inside a house, domicile, business, office, anything like that, and you thought, man, it is kind of hot in here with all this direct sunlight coming on? Well, guess what? Johnny Window Paint can help take those temperatures down. Have you ever thought to yourself, man, this house is beautiful, and I love all the sunlight and the heat, but you know what I don't like? I got no privacy with all these windows. Well, guess what? You can use window paint to block out the unwanted visitors too. Have you ever thought to yourself, man, I love the lack of privacy and I love the heat, but you know what I don't like? How boring this window paint is? Well, guess what? Johnny Windowpane's window paint can help you with that too. So, what you gotta do is take your fancy little paint roller, roll it up in that paint, and then roll that right onto your elbow. That's right. That's how Johnny Windowpane likes to do it. That's how you'll do it too. Now, you roll it onto your elbow because that's where the grease is. And then you go over to the window, and then you just start painting. Now, you may need the roller at hand so you can refresh and then paint. Let's say maybe you want a little zigzag pattern. Well, you go right ahead, get down on your knees, go back up, and boom, you got a zigzag. And you want to cover the whole window. You ask me, Johnny Windowpane, why don't you just use that roller you got there? The answer is that this special paint of its unique opacity, opaquity, and texture only works when you get some of that elbow grease right in there, just like all of Johnny Windowpane's products. So, remember, if you want to be more private, less hot, and that other thing I said, all you got to do is get yourself a little bit of this Johnny Windowpane's window paint. All right? Y'all come back now, you hear?
Space City Chronicles, Space City. You know, it's the show. Space City Chronicles. Oh, you know. Space City Chronicles.
Hello, and welcome to Space City Chronicles, featuring Callie Wyland, Aaron Corbett, and Ryan Zuckman. Now, you may be wondering, why the Don Pardo voice? Well, maybe you're not. He passed away this week, and it was very sad news indeed. Now, let me tell you a little bit about why Don Pardo is a very important person. You may recognize that impression from decades of hosting Saturday Night Live. Don Pardo also was the announcer for Jeopardy pre-Trebek. He was in the industry for a long, long time. And there's extra special significance for me from Don Pardo because of his collaborative spirit. Now, I first knew of him from his performance on Weird Al's track, I Lost on Jeopardy. You see, he was game for all kinds of musical shenanigans. Now, imagine this. It's somewhere in the 1970s. Frank Zappa is the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. He's performing a song, I'm the Slime, which is an anti-television song about how it's evil and rots your brain. Maybe a little bit alarmist, but Frank Zappa liked to push buttons. So, on the stage, Frank Zappa, there with his band, he's got a chalkboard and a stick to point with it, like a school teacher. Now, they get to a certain portion of the song. It cuts away to Don Pardo, who takes over the vocals, and he says, "You will obey me while I lead you with the garbage that I feed you until the day we don't need you. Don't look for help. No one will heed you. Your mind is totally controlled. It has been stuffed into my mold, and you will do as you are told until the rights to you are sold." Now, as a person on TV who loves Weird Al, Frank Zappa, Saturday Night Live, and takes all of those into his influence, I was saddened when Don Pardo passed, and I just wanted to hear his voice through mine one more time. Can I do it one more time? I will. Brooks Whalen! All right, I'm done. Let's go over to the couch, shall we? Alrighty. So, as you may have noticed this week, things look a little bit different around here. John is out watching a movie. Now, if you want to call in and discuss what kind of movie John might be watching at this very moment, don't be afraid to dial that number, which I can't remember off the top of my head. So if somebody could put it on the screen for me, I would very much appreciate it. Otherwise, go to the Facebook and look up the number. Here to my left, Callie in place of Callie. I guess she didn't replace anyone this week, except for herself. And Aaron is taking the place of Frolic. Now, Frolic is not here because Vince is in school, a very noble pursuit. I expect that he is learning how to program robots so that he can take over the entire world.
Sounds about right.
Terrifying thought.
I don't know. I'd kind of like Vince to rule the world. I think everybody would just be herping and derping all day. There'd be lots of puns. There'd be daily
Robot
mandatory-
puns.
So cheesy.
Can we just do organic puns? Do we have to bring the robots in?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we
What
do.
about organic robots?
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that. As long as there's like free range, free range caught. Absolutely organic.
Yeah.
Free-range
Wild,
organic robots?
wild
Wild
caught.
robots.
Wild robots.
Wild caught.
Where do these wild robots live?
Tribeca.
Nice.
In the sewers.
Yeah.
No, well, like above the sewers because there's water.
So they just live in Tribeca?
No, it's like
that area.
It's like sewer-like scaffolding.
Are you telling me that everyone in Tribeca is an organic free-range robot?
They haven't been caught yet.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So much sense. So, this week, we're going to be talking about hosting. We're going to be talking about side hosting, things related to hosting, at least for maybe in the next 5 or 10 minutes. After which point, I have no idea what's going on, but it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Absolutely.
So what's on your mind, ladies? What's new for you this week?
See, well, I locked my keys in my trunk.
Oh, yes, I heard about that.
Yes, it was incredibly traumatic for all of 10 minutes before someone came put balloons in the window and keys in my hand.
Magic.
Yeah.
Wait, balloons in the window?
Yeah, they stick these balloons in. They pump it up, like those old tennis shoes, they just.
Or like one of those horns.
Wait. So hold on. Walk me through this. The window
Okay.
is cracked.
Okay, not even. But he's able to kind of like lift up the
Like wedge
rubber
it.
seal.
Oh, the rubber.
And he puts this flat balloon, but like uninflated, sticks it in 2 places, and uses a little pump. And it just opens up, and
pushes
it's
the window down?
It separates the window. It actually pushes the window out and away from the frame, making a
bends it.
space where you can like unlock the door.
Oh, so then
They like
he
get
went
in,
in
like
with
a
the thing.
like either like a clothes hanger
All right.
or something like that.
So, audience, if you ever lock your keys in your car, just remember you need a balloon-type apparatus and a little bit of elbow grease. I think there's someone around here who has quite a bit of elbow grease. Can't remember his name though.
Was it
Maybe a little bit of that and
was it
an $85
bed frame?
Bed frame.
Was it bed frame?
No,
Was it
window pane?
window
well,
pane?
maybe it
No,
was-
that can't be
Whiskers?
right. There's nobody named window pane around these parts.
Are you sure about that?
I thought he
It
died.
sounds
Pretty sure.
I heard he died.
Pretty sure.
it sounds familiar.
Yeah, familiar, but I don't know. So, we were since we were thinking about all of these hosting-related duties, I thought it might be fun to try a little bit of host trivia.
Awesome.
Now, listeners at home, if you have any trivia questions to ask our two lovely contestants here, feel free to do so. Until such time as somebody gives me the number so that I can tell you how to call in, just rest assured that good times will be had with or without your input, but we appreciate it anyway. So, without further ado, ladies, would you like to play a round of trivia?
Let's do it.
All right.
You're going down, girl.
So, before we begin, any good trivia game needs team names. Now, Callie, what team are you playing for today?
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna play for Team Trebek.
Team Trebek.
Yeah.
Solid. I like it. Although I don't like the fact that he doesn't have a mustache anymore. I feel like that was a very poor hosting decision, and I'm compensating for that.
I also have had my mustache removed. Yes.
Such a shame.
We're kindred souls like that, me and Trebek.
Fair
I
enough.
miss it.
He removed his mustache. Callie removed her mustache. Aaron, what is your team name?
I'm gonna go for cat/fever.
Cat/fever.
Yeah.
Not cat scratch fever?
No, definitely not.
What's a cat slash?
Definitely an ode to the 90s horror films that I was obsessed with.
Oh.
Terrified of.
So the cat is the slasher or
Yeah.
the slashee?
Slasher.
Oh, it could be both.
I
Could
think
be
that-
multiple cats involved, and I'm very much into that.
I think it would be fairly horrific to see a horror film featuring a killer cat.
You know, it was a failed project, but we're still trying to get there.
Nice.
Fair enough. Keep us posted on that cat/picture.
Stay strong.
I'll be doing the soundtrack as well.
And by the way, I say picture because I assume it's old-timey with no sound, hence picture.
Yes.
Not a talkie.
Not a talkie, pre-talkie, definitely pre-movie.
Yeah.
Picture.
Just a preview in general.
All right, so Team Trebek, Team Cat/Fever, are you ready to play host trivia?
Absolutely.
Down.
Alrighty, your first question, and whoever buzzes in first,
What are we buzzing? Ourselves?
that's part of the game. You'll have
Let's
to
take a shot. That's our buzz.
now, viewers, we don't condone any of that action,
Exactly.
but if you feel you must, you must. So
At
figure
home
out
game.
how you must buzz, and then buzz in first to get the points. Your first question is: Name the four most recent hosts of Family Feud.
Drew Carey? Right? Oh, no, wait. Oh, man, I don't even know. Wait. It was that guy, and then there's like the guy with the poofy face and the gap. That counts. And then two more.
Okay, so Aaron's answer, Cat/Fever's answer, if I recall correctly, is the guy with the gap and the poofy face, Drew Carey, and two other guys.
Yes.
Would you care to steal for points, Callie?
Absolutely. Steve Harvey, Louis,
You were too much.
I can't remember his last name.
It's not Vuitton.
I know. Louis something. Al Borland.
Ooh, Al
Dang.
Borland.
And
Who viewers may remember that name. He's most famous for being Al.
I think that's
on
where I
Home
was getting Drew
Improvement.
Carey.
Al Improvement.
And
Home Improvement.
Yeah, I was definitely getting confused there.
Okay, so we've got Al Borland. We've got Louis C.K.
Not
Wait,
CK. Louis.
Louis something.
Louis
Good enough for me.
something.
You said
Steve Harvey
you
is
got Steve
current.
Harvey.
He's
Now,
the funniest one.
I have something to say about Steve Harvey in a minute, but we'll get to that. We've got number 4.
Spencer
Who
B.
is it?
It's like the one that we all should know, the one that kissed everyone on the
Just give
face,
myself an X.
right?
Negative 5 points to you. Negative 15 points to you. You buzzed, got nothing. Okay, you did say poofy face and gat teeth. I will give you Louis Anderson.
10 points then.
Louis Anderson. And he had a cartoon named Louis.
Yes, I was like, there was like a big wheel involved.
It was.
I definitely remember him. And he had like a kind of voice.
So you got 1, but you missed 3 for the buzz. So negative 15 for you. You choose to stole and got 3 out of the 4. You missed 1, thus negative 5 points.
Yikes.
I'm not feeling
The last
positive.
one, ladies and gentlemen, was, drumroll please, John O'Hurley,
Oh, I was never gonna nail that.
who you may remember from such television programs as Seinfeld. He played Jay Peterman. Teleprompter person is Peterman, not Peterson. You are wrong. Folks at home, let me just tell you a little bit what's going on. There's some people in the booth running the show, and when I corrected them, they all exploded in laughter. I am a funny guy. All right, are you ready for question number 2?
Let's do it.
So, current
chill out
standings. We have team, what was your team name again?
Trebek.
Team Trebek at negative 5 and Team Cat/Fever at negative 15. Question number 2. Which TV host started as a punk rock drummer in the same band as a former Doctor Who and became known for a stand-up character named Bing Hitler? Now, if you must deliberate, if you want to talk out the answer, all is more than welcome. There's no timer here.
There's a caller on hold.
Fair enough. So, you, Team Trebek, since you talked first, even though it was not about the question,
I didn't even
you
buzz
are
in.
bound to answer.
Okay, can you read the cue?
I will, but it will cost you 5 points.
It's worth it.
All right. Which TV host started as a punk rock drummer and became known for his stand-up character, Bing Hitler?
Is Adam Sandler back in the day? No, it could be Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler didn't do that. I'm trying to remember, but is it like one of the old 80s TV show hosts?
TV host.
TV
I will not tell
host.
you when he hosts, whether or not he is currently
80s
hosting
punk band.
or he's done hosting.
know.
Was it pre or post
Now here's a hint. That was how his career started.
as an 80s punk band?
Yes.
Famous band?
No.
Not helpful.
I cannot give you any more hints
I
about the
know,
origin
I'm
of
so
the band.
lost.
Well, we have to answer the question.
I want to say Ben Stein and have that be the truth, but I just can't.
That's awesome.
Are you willing to commit to an answer?
I'm like cross my fingers.
You get points
I
for
can't.
creativity.
Right? I feel like I should.
Are you willing to take an answer?
No. Like, it's
No?
not, of course it's
You
not
don't
Ben
want to risk the imaginary
It's
points?
not Ben. Okay. All right. Fine. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Ben Stein. I think it's Ben Stein. I think Ben Stein was in a
False.
punk band.
You are now at negative 15 points, tied for losing with Team Cat/Fever.
I thought I got knocked to 10 because I said poofy face.
No. The reason you had negative 15 instead of negative 20 is because you got 1. But you
Okay,
missed
okay.
the other 3, hence negative.
You were so harsh with me sometimes.
Sorry. People still want to know the score, apparently. Negative 10, Team Trebek. Negative 15. Oh, sorry. Negative 15 for each because of that incorrect answer. Negative 15 for each player. Now, would you care to steal?
No, I'm going to keep it safe.
Alrighty. Negative 10 points for refusing to answer.
Oh, no!
Negative 25, negative 15. Oh, look, we have a scoreboard up now. That's wonderful. All right. The correct answer was TV's Craig Ferguson.
Craig
Whoa!
That's right.
You know, I think I
That's
heard that
cute.
before. I think
Right.
I've heard that.
He was a drummer, and if you'll recall, in one of his season intros, he plays the drums in like a water fountain. Or something.
Okay. Yeah.
He started off as a drummer in a punk band with Peter Capaldi, who I believe played Doctor Who at some point. Then he did stand-up, and one of his characters was named Bing Hitler.
I definitely remember his stand-up.
He did a bunch of failed pilots and TV series. When he came to America, he finally broke through with the Drew Carey Show, bringing it back to Drew Carey
All right.
as Mr. Wick. Now, let's move on to, let's take a 1/5 trivia game break, shall we? Can we go to the caller? Is this a good time? Can we go to the caller? All right, the caller's coming up. Caller, you're on the air.
He's so shy.
Shy caller. Shy caller, you gotta be less shy. Can you hear us, caller?
Hello.
I hear something. Caller, you're on the air. Caller, if this is a bit, we need you to speed it up. Ladies and gentlemen,
Maybe they're trying to speak in sign language.
I have a feeling this is a bit and it's going to happen later in the show.
Yes.
So why don't we hang up and get back to the game? All right. So, to recap, can we see the score on the board again? If I recall, negative 25 for Team Cat Fever, negative 15 for Team Trebek. All right. So, question number 3, and this is a Houston-based TV hosting question. Once again, we will have a buzz-in round. So whoever buzzes in first gets the chance. But you are required to buzz in at some point.
Okay.
Which of the following TV late-night hosts once played, and by played I mean did stand-up, at Fitzgerald's? Was it A, Conan O'Brien, B, Jay Leno, or D, David Letterman?
Beep.
All right. In 3, we're going to buzz again. 3, 2, 1.
Beep.
I saw your hand move. You cheated the system.
Okay, I was like, I was about to.
I admire your moxie. No points awarded. What is your answer, Team Trebek?
Conan. I mean,
Negative 5 points for a wrong answer.
Ooh.
Care to steal, Callie? You now have a 50-50 shot. It's not Conan O'Brien.
I'm Aaron.
Aaron, what did I say?
Callie.
Oh, sorry.
It's all about you, always. I'm going to say Leno.
Correct.
yes.
Correct.
Sucker!
Plus 5 points to Team Cat Slash. We now have a tie at negative 20 points.
Coming up on me fast.
Alrighty.
I
Question
do how I do.
number 4. According to Hostess, how many Twinkies are sold each year?
5 million.
Oh.
Burp.
Beep. Oh.
Now, for this round, let us see who can get closer. So,
Price is Right style?
Price is Right style without going over. Thank you very much.
And what'd you say?
5 billion.
5 billion?
Million.
I'm going to go ahead and go with 1 billion. No, wait. Yeah, 1 billion.
1 billion and 5 million.
5 million.
All right. Well, you are 5 million closer than she is. There are 500 million Twinkies sold each year by the Hostess company. You got closer, and you did not go over. So plus 5 points to you. Team Trebek, negative 15. Team Cat Slash Fever, negative 20.
I just keep getting overzealous, I feel like. This is just... I thought...
Hey.
I guess like the lull in Twinkie sales, how they said it wasn't happening anymore.
Okay.
Maybe that's what's happening now.
There may be bonus chutzpah points at the end of the game, so don't you fret. Now, can we go back to that caller? Can we try the caller again? I feel like it's going to work this time. Caller, you're on the air? That wasn't a question. Caller, you're on the air. Caller?
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah. Done
John.
again. Thanks a lot.
He's not here, and even when he's here, he's still not here. Now, I suspect that this may not actually be a bit. He may actually be having technical problems. So bear with us. We're going to try throughout the night to get John back on the show.
I want you, John.
Come on, John.
But if it doesn't, rest assured knowing that he's really, really pissed off right now.
Aw.
So let us continue. Question number 5. Who is the host with the most?
Clearly, Ryan.
Beep. Ryan.
Your flattery gets you nowhere. The correct answer is Johnny Carson.
What?
Both fail. Negative 5 to each of you.
That's not even in our lifetime.
That puts us at negative 20, Team Trebek, -25. Team Cat / Fever.
I feel like this is probably like golf, and the lower you are, the more you win. So I'm happy with my score.
False. -5. I don't think you understand how belligerent I am about this game yet.
He is the meanest host.
Next
Host with
question.
the least amount of niceness.
Next question. How many roasts could a Jeff Probst host if a Jeff... Sorry, viewers, let me try that again. I heard some laughter in the background. I need to try that again.
Pull in a Jimmy Fallon.
All right, you ready? How many roasts could a Jeff Probst host if a Jeff Probst could host roasts?
On the final round.
I'm falloning this whole thing up.
He'd host as much roast as a Probst could host if a Probst could host a roast. Thank you.
Embarrassing.
Viewers, that's how it's done. Why don't you host a show next week?
I don't think so. Oh, there is no show next week. That's why not.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Only
then
reason.
Callie's hosting the show next week. There's no show. All right.
That's how you get out of that.
Next question. In biology, a host is an organism that harbors a parasite or a mutual or commensal symbiont, typically providing nourishment and shelter. What is your favorite parasite and why?
Boop. Okay, there's this parasitic mushroom actually that its spores like attach to earthworms while they're crawling through the dirt, and it's called like the zombie mushroom as a kind of a nickname because it makes it gets into their brain and while it grows in them and makes them at the final stage when it's about to burst out, it makes them like crawl towards the light, like crawl towards the thing. Once they burst out of the soil, then the mushroom kills them and bursts out of it. There's also a species